Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, Good morning, everyone. We're from Group 11. We will discuss about distinctive features on the curriculum 2013 and curriculum Merdeka. So, before we begin, I will introduce our member group. For the first, my name is Kasilandari, and my friends Junia Nika Chania and Ilham Arsyad. Okay, the school target of this server field is SMP Negeri 4 Batanganai, and our interviewee is Rina Desmira. And background of the survey of this survey field is uh, this survey was conducted with the main purpose of fulfilling the midterm exam in English language teaching curriculum and design class. Besides that, another purpose of this field survey is to find out how the implementation of the independent curriculum and the K13 curriculum in the school that each group chooses. By interviewing teachers at school, we can find out their experiences, opinions, and what strategies the teacher uses in implementing the independent curriculum and the K13 curriculum. With this interview, we try to identify the differences, characteristic, and shortcoming that exist in the two curricula. Okay, before we begin, I will uh, describe the uh, K13 curriculum and Merdeka curriculum. Curriculum 13 is an Indonesian curriculum designed to enhance learning quality by holistically developing student competencies through thematic and project-based approaches, integrating knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Replacing the 2006 Education Unit Level Curriculum or KTSP, curriculum 13 emphasizes character building, creativity, critical thinking, and student-centered learning to foster independence, innovation, and collaboration between teachers and learners. The curriculum aims to prepare students for future challenges while improving Indonesia overall education system. And the Merdeka curriculum is an Indonesian government initiative aimed at granting teachers and schools greater autonomy in managing the teaching learning process, emphasizing flexibility, relevance, and alignment with students' potential and local needs. Designed to foster creative and innovative teaching method, it encourages active and critical student participation, aiming to produce graduates with strong character, academic competence, and job-ready skills. However, challenges persist in its implementation and uh, as the still dominant K-13 curriculum and insufficient socialization hinder its full adoption, requiring more intensive effort to active execution. Okay, that's all for me. The next fact survey will be presented by Ilham Arshad. Ilham Arshad, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Casey. So I'm going to explain the interview results for our I'm going to explain the interview results for our observations. And the first question is, what curriculum is used at SMP Negeri 04 Petang Anai? Uh, the interviewer answer. The interviewer said that the school used two curriculum. In grade 9, it used the K13 curriculum, and then grade 8 and 7, the national, the the curriculum Merdeka. The second is the curriculum used determined by the education office, or is it determined by the teachers who teach? The interviewer said that it depends on the readiness of the school. When the curriculum Merdeka was first launched, the school was ready to implement the curriculum Merdeka. In Padang Pariaman, the school is the first to implement it. Uh, if in other schools, the children are still in grade 1. And the school is already in grade 7. So the school is the first to implement. When the curriculum Merdeka was launched. The third question is, what are the disadvantage of the curriculum Merdeka and the K13 curriculum? She said that K13 curriculum is condensed due to emergency conditions, limiting content, while the Merdeka curriculum offers freedom to choose teaching materials and create exam. Topic follows a similar sequence in English topics. The fourth question is, in your opinion, is there anything else that still needs to be improved in the curriculum implement at the school? Uh, so the interviewer said that the curriculum Merdeka is engaging and effective with teachers' autonomy, but change arise in district meetings due to offering approach and confusions about priorities. Next. The fifth question is, how do you implement the curriculum at your school, especially in the class you teach? So she said that since the national curriculum has less dense material load, uh, they they in we in the curriculum Merdeka actually incorporate many ice-breaking activities that allows students to enjoy learning without feeling pressures to rush through materials. In the past, they had to race against time to cover these materials and that materials. Often, often had even finished one topic before needing to move to the next the following day. All because they had standardized exam, but now it's different. They teach at their own pace and create assessment based on how far they've progressed in the materials. The sixth question is, in your opinion, what are the distinctive characteristic of the curriculum Merdeka compared to the curriculum K13 curriculum? Uh, they said in the curriculum K13, they provide with fixed core competencies, KI, and basic competencies, or KD. To teach this semester and next semester was predetermined. The curriculum Merdeka give them autonomy to decide through teacher consensus. Grade 7, 8, and 9. Teachers collaborate in teacher working group or KKG meetings. And unlike K13, fixed competencies, the Merdeka curriculum allows teachers to collaborative decide content and avoid repetition across grade, tailoring text types and topic to their students' needs. The seventh question is: do you feel this curriculum truly addresses students' real-world learning needs? So the interviewer said that teachers now have freedom to take students to the lab, the field, or even outside the school. For instance, for a hands-on activity about comparison degrees, students go outside and find objects that represent bigger and biggest. Their learning becomes more enjoyable because they're not they are no longer bur- burden, burdened by an overloaded syllabus. And the last question is, if you choose, if you could choose, would you prefer K13 or Merdeka curriculum? Uh, the interviewer said that the Merdeka curriculum, they she chose the Merdeka curriculum without a doubt because it's more practical, incorporates with a various ice-breaking activities, and has more manageable content load. The textbooks are complete and up to date, all newly published for Merdeka. Resources are abundant, and thankfully, AI tools now help us instantly generate lesson plans or RPP. There are also this amazing PMM or platform Merdeka Belajar, the apps where teachers across Indonesia share lesson plan. Back in the K13 days, teachers tend to be possessive. This is this is my material, mine alone. Even though every borrowed ideas anyway. Now the culture has wonderfully shifts toward open sharing. So that's our interview result for these observations. I'll give back to moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Ilham, for the insightful presentation. And the next presenter is Juni Anika Chania. For Juni, time is yours.
Thank you, moderator. I will explain about the comparison between the key 13 curriculum and the curriculum Merdeka. The interview report difference between the K13 curriculum and Merdeka curriculum across multiple dimensions. Number one, curriculum structure. The key 13 curriculum using core competency and basic competency. And fixed core competency and basic competency mandated by the central government. Rigid sequencing of the topic, example, descriptive, recon, narrative text in English, and limited teacher input in material selection. While the Merdeka curriculum, teachers have the freedom to determine the material through agreement. The teacher collaborative decide content rules, teacher working group, or KKD. Next, flexible sequencing. Example, procedural text can be taught in grade 7 instead of grade 9. Next, assessment or exam. Key 13 curriculum, centralized exam with district-wide standardized question. Example, search test bank in Padang Pariaman. Pressure to rush through material to meet exam deadline. Well, the Merdeka curriculum teacher designed assessment based on progress, no dependency on external test banks, exam tailored to class patient. And the next material load. The overload syllabus, example, 8 chapter reduced to 3 during emergency. The teacher forced to skip topic due to the time constraint. While the Merdeka curriculum reduce density with focus on mastery and time for ice-breaking activities and student engagement. Next, flexibility. Limited, the material has been determined by the center. The top-down directive first minimal adaptation to local needs and uniform material across all schools. Merdeka curriculum, the teacher adjusts content to student or community needs, example, field trip for comparison degrees, and school can pioneer implementation, example, SMP N04 Batalanai adopted Merdeka earlier 10 years. The next teaching method, the key 13 curriculum, focus on completing the syllabus. Example, lecture heavy and classroom bound, limited collaboration among teachers. Merdeka curriculum, interactive methods, example, labs, outdoor activities, collaborative culture. The teachers share lesson plan via PMM or platform Merdeka Mengajar and AI tools. And learning resource, limited and outdated textbook. And digital platform, example, AI generated lesson plan. The key to the curriculum, outdated textbook and limited digital tools, and the teacher work in isolation or possessive of material, while the Merdeka curriculum update textbook and digital platform, example AI generate lesson plan and national teacher community for research sharing. And the challenges and the last challenges are the key 13 curriculum, cramped schedule, superficial coverage and burnout, while the Merdeka curriculum, inconsistent socialization, confusion in district meeting about priorities, and rigorous teacher initiative, or not all school adapt equally. Next. And the conclusion is K13 is structured but prescriptive, prioritizing centralized control and standardized outcome, often at the expense of depth and teacher creativity. The key 13 curriculum and the Merdeka curriculum have their advantages and disadvantages. Key 13 has a dense structure and fixed competency, while the curriculum Merdeka provides flexibility for teachers in choosing material, completing assessment, and adjusting learning to student needs. The Merdeka curriculum is considered more enjoyable, relevant, practical, and learning that is not limited to the classroom. The Merdeka curriculum represents a progressive evolution from Key 13, aligning with global trends in flexible, competency-based education. Its success hinges on sustained teacher training and systematic buy-in. Okay, that's all for me. Back to the moderator.
Thank you for Anita for the insightful presentation. And that presentation will be the last part of this presentation. And thank you all for your attention and engagement throughout this presentation. And I hope you found the information valuable and that it sparked some new ideas. Thank you once again and have a great day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.